What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to share with you guys what I typically eat in a day. Typically, I like to fast for about 16 hours a day. That means I need to stop eating before 5, and I'll break that fast around 8:30 or 9 with the post-workout protein shake. Technically, I do break my fast in the morning with pre-workout. Pre-workout has branched-chain amino acids in it, which will break your fast, but I do feel like I get a lot of benefits of having a fasted workout since there's nothing really to process in my stomach besides liquid. I break my fast with a post-workout protein shake around 8:30 or 9. If you haven't seen my video on it, go check it out. I accompany that with about an ounce of raw nuts, always Brazil nuts, 4 or 5 of these at least. And then the remaining ounce, I usually do macadamia, almond, cashew, something like that, but always raw. This meal's got about 705 calories, 61 grams of protein, 40 grams of fat, and around 8 grams of net carbs. This is meal number 2 right here. I've got half a cup of brown rice, half a cup of these frozen wild blueberries, about a half a cup of almond milk, a little bit of B12, some leucine, half a scoop of plant protein from raw, and a full scoop of this grass-fed whey protein from raw. So my second meal is a carb meal. This has got about 38 grams of protein, about 34 grams of carbohydrates, and 350 calories. Here's meal number 3. It's 1 o'clock right now. Let me run through some of the ingredients that are in this. I've got about 6 ounces of sweet potato here. Typically, I would eat somewhere between 10 and 16 ounces of sweet potato, depending on how much carbs I want. I only had 6 ounces, so what I did is I used this siete wrap. It is low carbohydrate, but it does still have some. I've got about a half a pound of this 85-15 ground beef in there, a little bit of this vegan feta cheese, this mango sauce, which does have sugar in it, probably the most unhealthy thing I'm gonna eat all day, some cholula, some of these pickled jalapenos, some micro cilantro, and a handful of spinach. And I also did top these sweet potatoes with some sugar-free ketchup. I have made a video on how to make this wrap. I've just made it with chicken in that video. I just switched it out for beef this time. So check that out if you want to see how I made this thing. And this meal here has about 970 calories in it, about 48 grams of protein, 88 grams of carbs, and 40 grams of fat. It's 4 o'clock now, and I'm just preparing my last meal. I'm gonna take a head of iceberg lettuce, and I'm gonna quarter it, chop that thing up. That's gonna be my base for the salad. I'm just gonna put some Kalamata olives on it, Greek pepperoncinis, a little bit of this very healthy Mediterranean salad dressing, and water it down with some vinegar right there. And I'll put the last half a pound of ground beef on that. And there's that last meal of the day here. I'm gonna finish this up before 5. Let me break this down. It's got about 638 calories to it, 46 grams of protein, 9 grams of carbs, and 44 grams of fat. I really try and make sure that last meal is a carb-free meal. It's just veggies and meat so that my stomach can clear out before I go to bed. And I'm nice and fasted for that morning wake up and morning workout. And let's break down that macro list too. So on the day, that's about 2,658 calories. Got 194 grams of protein, 140 grams of carbohydrates, and 128 grams of fat. My calories really vary day to day because I switch things up. I eat a lot of similar things like the sweet potato. Sometimes I do a wrap. It's usually ground beef or chicken. I eat a lot of the same ingredients and I vary the recipe. Some days I won't fast too. Some days I'll decide to have another snack later. I might have like a RX bar or another protein shake, or especially on the weekends, I might want to get some plantain chips or a box of somewhat healthy crackers. And that kind of adds to an extra dose of carbohydrates for a pump the next day. I find that not doing the same things every day and switching things up is nice. Day-to-day consistency does help. It helps with discipline and staying on track, but I find that it's more about like a weekly balance. For instance, I might do that. I might do a high carb day one day, and then might do a lower calorie day, like a 2,000 calorie day. I find that fluctuation in calories and carbohydrates actually can help. The high carb day, I might feel a lot stronger and get a bigger pump. And then after a fast, I might notice that I really burn a lot of fat because my body's used to processing that high amount of carbohydrates. Here's my dog's meal. She's probably eating better than you guys, man. So I just gotta say, step your shit up.